Russia got security guarantees from Ukraine on November 2nd. In the past, like in December 2021, Russia's only demanded guarantees from the EU or NATO, groups that it thought claimed to be a threat. A security guarantee is an implicit or explicit promise given. In this case, it's a promise not to use weapons in the grain corridor. And the Kremlin's Ministry of Defense said they received a guarantee in writing from Ukraine. This comes after the October 29th attacks on Russian ships in Sevastopol in occupied Crimea. According to the Russian defense officials, the attack was carried out by 7 autonomous unmanned sea vehicles and 9 drones of a different type. Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky said on November 2nd that this shows changes in the Kremlin's position regarding security guarantees. Zelensky said about 252 days ago, Russia demanded security guarantees from the United States. After 8 months of Russia's so-called special operation, the Kremlin is now demanding security guarantees from Ukraine. Zelensky is clearly trying to show that Ukraine is now viewed much differently than at the beginning of the 2022 invasion, an invasion that was supposed to take just 3 days. But there's more to this. The attack on the Black Sea Fleet was nowhere near the grain corridor. Why would the Kremlin demand security guarantees for Ukraine doing something that would hurt itself? Projection. That's when someone is accusing you of doing something you're actually doing or planning to do. It's a psychological defense mechanism in people, and it's something used in hybrid warfare. This is seen as a false flag operation, and the Russian Federation is known for this, sending soldiers in disguise to lead protests in another country, or ordering its troops to attack a partner. In 2008, Russia sent unmarked soldiers to stir unrest in Georgia. When Georgia's government responded, Russia invaded. In 2014, Russian special forces entered Ukraine pretending to be local self-defense forces and seized government buildings, leading to Russia's occupation of Crimea. Russia has conducted such false flag operations to portray itself or its partners as victims. They evade responsibility, and it creates confusion and a pretext for deepening a conflict. A large part of Ukraine's economy depends on grain exports. Putting shipments in danger is not in Ukraine's interest. Threats to these shipments are already making them hard to insure. Ships entering the 3 ports, which have been part of the grain corridor agreement, are usually required by their banks to have various insurance policies in place, including hull and cargo war cover, which needs to be renewed every 7 days. By demanding security guarantees so Ukraine won't hurt its own interests, observers and actors that have money to lose, like insurers, can probably identify the risk coming from Russia. That's why on November 1st, major insurers stopped cargo insurance to cover shipments out of Ukraine through the UN-backed safe corridor. Now that the corridor is supposed to function again, it'll take time to get ships insured again. And if anything does happen in the corridor, Russian demands for security guarantees will support the attempts at creating more false narratives.